recently it's been going around that you don't got to worry about coronavirus, because did you know that only 6% of the people that have died from coronavirus didn't have literally anything else going wrong at the same time? Now that, if you don't want to believe the pandemic is real, is an excuse to write off the entire death count. And indeed, people have been doing that. Not just randos. Some people who have a particular connection to this virus, like the Cain gang, tweeted by the Herman Cain. It looks like the virus is not as deadly as the mainstream media first made it out to be. He died of the virus that his Twitter account is now trying to convince you is not dangerous. That's America in 2020. That is, Orwell never thought of that. Like a person would try to convince people not to worry about the thing that killed them.
This is like what's next? Are they gonna dig him up and then just try to like make his mouth move with strings, and like, or stuff him? Why don't you just stuff Herman Cain and tell him, make his mouth move and say all your facts, like actually coronavirus isn't real. Actually, I had so many other heart conditions. Like that's the level of respect that you're giving this man at this point, right? And look, Herman Cain was not a saint. I'm not saying that, but my God, have a little bit of respect for the dead.
Yeah, and I get it. It's a Twitter account that already has some followers. It's hard to start over. But here's the thing. It's not that hard when you're a Trump supporter. Just like put up a photo of a 43-year-old blonde woman and reply to all of Trump's tweets. You'll have 300,000 followers in a matter of days. Honestly, there's a lot of people that's their whole thing. Is just, I'm one of the blonde women that tweets at Trump.
I need to do that, dude.
You should. Just, put on your Melania wig or whatever and just tweet at him and you will get so many followers for free. And so like dragging him out of the grave and through the mud to convince other people who haven't yet died of coronavirus that they shouldn't worry about it. I don't have the ability, the mental ability or the linguistic ability to truly analyze how sick that is and then to express it in words, I think. But it's something. I think that's one for the history books, if there are history books. That tweet, by the way, links to an article from conservative news site Western Journal, which a New York Times investigation found in 2019 was blacklisted from Apple News over doubts over its adherence to scientific norms. But beyond that, Western Journal is actually one of the sites that was originally the progenitor of the term fake news. They would just make up from a whole cloth articles that would sell online. That's them, and it's now being spread by Herman Cain, or the account of Herman Cain. And anyway, just to the I guess the substance of what the CDC said. So there are comorbidities, things that contribute to death or that are true of you while you're dying. It does not mean that those people didn't die from coronavirus. The CDC is not saying that, no rational person thinks that. But as we've said many times in this hour, it's convenient if you already don't want to believe that this is real. If you want to believe, and by the way, they're presenting it as if these people had coronavirus and some other rare illness, like congenital insensitivity to pain or something. That's not what they're talking about. They're talking about like being overweight, having been sick in the past, those sorts of things. These are not rare. These are the vast majority of Americans have that. If you believe that a person was obese and had coronavirus and died, and it was probably the obesity's fault, not the coronavirus, don't even share the article because you clearly just already want to believe that. You're not being convinced by this Western Journal piece. It's just, again, everybody just wants to be wrapped up in a blanket and held and have their hair stroked and told that everything they believe is awesome and perfect and good. And that's what this is. And now verified Twitter account, the Cain gang, is contributing to that.
Yeah, it's blaming people for their own death. And it's hard to imagine that conservatives and Republicans can call themselves religious. I mean, if you are a religious person, what kind of empathetic God do you worship? Like what? It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, thought you had some amount of value for human life to the point where you want to legislate against zygotes in a woman's uterus. Like, what happened to any of that? Like, is Jesus coming back at the end of this? Because if Jesus is not coming back at the end of this, like y'all owe us an apology.
Yeah, it's perfect for them, really, that they get to effectively like rocket boost us into the end times And that's what they want. They want the end of the world, but like I don't.
What's so funny about that is like there's a whole rest of the world, John. Like America is not the world. The rest of the world, they're not in apocalyptic times, really. I mean, they've taken the proper measures. Yeah, they're scared. There's a lot of uncertainty, but like we're like in straight Hunger Games survival mode, Walking Dead type things. And like there was an EDM concert in Wuhan, China. All right. Last week, an EDM concert in Wuhan, the epicenter of the virus, right? Yeah. Like we are just one fraction of the world. I'm not gonna go to that. I mean, mostly for the music, I'm not gonna go, but like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, and it's feeling like The Handmaid's Tale. I don't mean substantively the Christian fascism or whatever. There's also that, but just that like we're if he's talking about S-word countries, we are. Like they're gonna, like France is gonna be okay next year. Like France will have French problems or whatever, but they're not gonna be shut down the same way as unless they allow us back in. The worst decision another country can make in the near future is to deal with us, honestly, because we will spread our virus. Both the literal and the metaphorical viruses that make up our country will be spread.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.